Speaking of Brady, Buccaneers at the Broncos. The line opened up Buccaneers -3.5. It's up to 6. So who do you like in this game?
I like the Buccaneers. Normally I'd like the Broncos at this type of number at home, but this game is just going to be a rough one for them because they're going to have to start Jeff Driscoll at quarterback. They're still going to be without Philip Lindsay. They lost Cortland Sutton. They don't have Juwan James because he opted out of the season. They lost Von Miller to injury. They lost AJ Boye to injury. The list just goes on. The Broncos have had awful injury luck this year. And we felt like they could compete for a wild card spot, and now it just feels like they're bottoming out because they're going to be without so many key players. And if you just look at the Buccaneers defense, they should match up very well against this offense. Driscoll was sacked 6 times last week despite not playing the full game. Granted, that was against the Steelers, but the Bucs have a decent pass rush, and they're going to be able to negate Melvin Gordon's progress in the run game. So he's going to have to do most of his work as a receiver. Ultimately, I think the Bucs come in with one goal: make this a one-dimensional offense, stuff the run, and make Jeff Driscoll beat you by throwing the ball. And I don't think that's possible. Besides, Brady and the Bucs kind of need a more convincing win. So I like the Bucs -6 for 3 units, especially with Chris Godwin returning, because their offense is going to look a lot better, and Denver's defense just is not going to be able to contain them.
I need to ask you this because I didn't ask you. So in our joint super contest entry, we had the Broncos against the Steelers last week. How confident were you that the Broncos would cover as soon as Drew Lock got ruled out for the game?
I thought we were completely toast at that point.
Yeah, me too.
that was one point that I was totally like, all right, we're done. This one's a loss. And then we also had the James Conner almost touchdown run at the end of the game. And I was like, oh shoot, they're gonna leave like 20 seconds on the clock and they're gonna kick a field goal for no reason. And then somehow they ran out the clock, which I don't even understand. But we got really lucky with that pick.
Yeah, so I was watching that. I eventually watched it on Game Pass, the full game, but I was watching it live on Red Zone, and Chris Hansen, who's is Chris Hansen? Scott Hansen.
Chris is his cousin and former Patriots punter.
Oh wow, I didn't know they were cousins. Yeah, Scott Hansen. He said he made one mistake live. He said the Broncos had 3rd down, and I was doing the math in my head. I'm like, crap, that means they're going to have 40 seconds left and they're going to kick a field goal. But it was really 2nd down, and the Steelers were able to take it down because it was 1:24 left and there were no timeouts. So I'm like, as long as one play takes 4 seconds, they can just kneel down, and that's what happened. So I was very happy about that because I was so tilted when that run happened. But yeah, like with you, I was like, as soon as Jeff Driscoll entered the field, I'm like, Jeff Driscoll against the Steelers defense, yeah, we're not going to win this one. But if you watch that game, like the Broncos were so lucky because like it seemed like almost every other play, it would be like, okay, Driscoll takes a sack or throws a bad pass. Oh, there's a penalty flag, 15 yards. The Broncos get a free 1st down. And then Roethlisberger had that interception. Broncos got lucky. I don't think that happens again. I feel like their luck's going to run out. The Buccaneers are just a lot better, especially with Chris Godwin coming back. They have maybe the best run defense in the NFL. So Melvin Gordon's not going to do anything. So Driscoll's going to have to do everything by himself, and he's not going to have Cortland Sutton. So he's going to have to rely on Jerry Jeudy and KJ Hamler. Like they're both rookies. So I really don't see the Broncos doing much. And yeah, the Buccaneers should cover this game. Assuming there's no weird injury stuff, I'll be on the Buccaneers for a couple units.
Yeah, it feels like the right spot. I feel like the Broncos are going to start kind of collapsing at this point too. So after the effort they put up against the Steelers, I think they're just going to be demoralized to be like, wow, we've lost so many dudes.
Yeah, it is brutal what's happened to them. It's a shame. I like them heading into this year, and I imagine a lot of people did too. But they can't win like this.